Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Monday, June 23rd, 2025. Aries. There may be a great deal of opposition in your way today, but try not to dwell on it. The key is to stay level headed and maintain a positive outlook. This is a day in which you can bring a great deal of balance to issues understanding and respecting the other side. Have clarity for these who are making sacrifices so that you may have to be on the more comfortable side. Taurus. The pieces of today's puzzles may not fit into place and it's possible that you have no idea why. Don't stress over something that you don't quite understand. The key to making things work out is listening. Adjustments will definitely be needed on both sides, but this can only happen if both parties are willing to open their ears and understand one another's perspective. Gemini. Today you can be an extremely productive day and you're in a good space from which to work, and this will aid in all your endeavors. Today is also excellent for looking at some of the long-term trends moving through your life. Consider the next 5 or 10 years and think about how your actions will affect your future. Plan ahead and please get ahead. Cancer. There may be a battle between the old and the new in your world today. A reserved and old-fashioned perspective has a strong hold on the prevailing sentiment. This feeling is likely to hit you square in the face as you lean forward to the unconventional and more revolutionary approach to life. See what sort of past lessons you can learn and build from there accordingly. Leo. People may seem a bit stubborn today. The powers of adaptation may be put to the test. The people around you are likely to call on you, tender, sympathetic nature. Offer a nurturing air and strong shoulder for others to cry on. Keep things low-key and steady. The more grounded you are, the easier it will be to get along with the energy of today. Virgo. When you go up a flight of stairs, take one step at a time. Skipping up the staircase 2 at a time could result in you falling back to the bottom. Try to rush things today will leave you in holes in your project. Finish jobs completely to make sure that every step is thoroughly taken care of, so don't ignore the details. Libra. Today is a terrific day for taking the plunge or making an investment. Luck and prosperity are in your favor and you have the opportunity to make some very profitable financial decisions. Your intuition is right in line with what you need to do. Make the best deal possible and provide a fair and secure future for you and your investments. Scorpio. The key to being successful today is to maintain an air of stability. If others see you as too flighty or off the wall, they will hesitate about putting their trust in you. Make sure you do these things in your power that will help boost your clout. You will need the support from others later. Make a solid base and build on that. Sagittarius. Today is a very expansive day for you and your emotions could lead you into favorable situations with others. The pace of the day may seem a little slow, but this can be used to your advantage. Examine every detail with care and try not to leave any piece of the equation unaccounted for. You should enjoy a stable, caring mood that radiates out and draws others towards you. Capricorn. You may feel like you're coming up against a brick wall. Your emotions are a bit stifled and you may find that you're more stubborn than usual. There is a large and beneficial force that you can tap into today as long as you keep your intuition open. The less you search for it, the more likely it will come. Something may spur, so you may act to it. Aquarius. Smile at the world today. Be thankful for the things you have and the people around you. Amplify the cozy warm feeling inside and spread this love to others. This is a very expansive time for you in which you can get quite a bit accomplished if you set your mind to it. Radiate your true nature through every cell in your body and watch the opportunities come your way. Pisces. Today isn't the best day to play practical jokes, so put away the disappearing ink. Stick close to home. Find security in doing things you know how to do best. Hang a painting and cook a scrumptious dinner. You can inspire others with a smile, so use it. Don't get down if your thoughts aren't flowing well with the group. This is a sign that you should spend some time alone. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Monday 23rd June 2025. Do have yourself a great day.
Well, good morning. It's Monday. How was your weekend? Well, if you're here and you're viewing, it means you're alive, and that's a good thing. So you're in the land of the living, and that is a reason to be grateful. So we are grateful this morning. I hope that's the sentiment that's been shared. Let's go on over to our news department first up, and then we'll be back.
A very good morning to you. Time now for the news with me, Timothy Polio. We commence the broadcast with news that the U.S. government's decision to resume student visa interviews with a new requirement for applicants to make their social media accounts public is drawing concern in St. Lucia, where officials and youth advocates warn the policy could stifle free expression.
It's the question about how resilient are we in the face of, the recent actions by the U.S., Do we have enough partnerships? Are we focusing on strengthening partnerships with these other schools, these other countries, so that students have a lot more options? And also shifting the emphasis that we have on education in the U.S. Because what it tells us is that, in times like these, the U.S. does not think about us first before they make their decisions in their own national interest.
There are renewed calls for the government to strengthen ties with non-U.S. universities and better equip students at the secondary level to access alternative international study opportunities. A poignant memorial lecture held at the UE Global campus recently paid tribute to the late Mrs. Patricia Charles, a trailblazer in regional education and development. The event, which marked the 11th lecture in a series, featured historian and educator Raisa Joseph as a keynote speaker. Joseph emphasized that memory is more than a recollection. It is a tool of survival and identity.
The value of memory, therefore, is not merely to store information. It is to consciously process it for advancement, future reference, and planning. We cannot, however, garner any value from memory if it is not safeguarded or seen as valuable. We must never forget that colonized peoples were targeted in multiplex ways. The destruction of the memory of those who were captured and enslaved is a legacy that we live with.
Joseph's address also tackled issues of cultural erasure, language loss, and the undervaluation of indigenous systems like Kudme, a communal self-help tradition. On Wednesday's edition of News Make Alive, United Workers' Party candidate for Castries North, Mr. Stephen Favrier, was in the hot seat. Mr. Favrier, who has served in key roles at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the OECS, and even at the United Nations, is now turning his attention to elective politics. With over 20 years of experience in policy development and negotiation, he believes the time has come to serve his country on a more personal level.
My career took me, rather than the private sector, took me into service, initially with the government of St. Lucia, and then of course I moved to other arenas where I always served, always with St. Lucia in mind. I think I've also had some good political examples. Sir John Compton, who worked tirelessly to develop the country. I think he was my political hero.
Mr. Favrier urged constituents of Castries North to evaluate the economy objectively and choose a government committed to transparency and truth. If elected in the upcoming polls, he promises to lead with honesty, accountability, and selflessness. In a landmark move to bolster St. Lucia's emergency preparedness and gender-based violence response, key stakeholders from across sectors gathered for a two-day GBV in emergencies training workshop.
So the increased frequency and severity of climate-related disasters, such as the still recent Hurricane Beryl, combined with the persistent threat of gender-based violence, particularly in emergencies, demands strengthened, timely, and survivor-centered responses. Data consistently shows a spike in GBV cases, making our work here more urgent and essential. At UNFPA, we are guided by 3 transformative goals: ending the unmet need for family planning, ending preventable maternal deaths, and ending gender-based violence and harmful practices. And this workshop falls within the third of those strategic transformative goals.
The event marked a significant step toward national resilience and survivor-centered care. And that's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching. Here's the very enjoyable and productive Monday. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Newsroom. Let's take a break. We'll be back. got a big event that is coming up. It's the third hosting of Export the Runway. It's dubbed Export the Runway 3, put on by Expo St. Lucia. Karim, who is the public relations officer at Expo St. Lucia, sat down with us to give us all the details. Well, we're here with Karim. Karim Nelson is public relations for the Export St. Lucia. And of course, we are getting set for another really important undertaking by Export St. Lucia, supported by quite a number of entities as well. But Export the Runway 3. We just witnessed the media launch and the sponsors presentation, and the excitement is on. If you had a little insight to that, you would have gotten excited to see some of the things that are on the cards, that are planned out, and the vision for where it is that the Export St. Lucia would really like to take this, Kareem. And like I said, it's excitement. I am really, really excited because now we're seeing platforms across the board being opened up and presented where all of our creatives, not just one set of creatives in one set of area, it gets to be showcased, but all of our creatives, because we do have people with talent in all different spheres of life. So seeing that, so much effort now goes into putting something together for our designers, and we have so many wonderful ones as well. So Karim, first, let me say kudos to Expo St. Lucia and everybody involved. But we really want to get a sense, and I mean, the days ahead now.
Yes, it is. All right. So as you would mention, Maureen, the excitement is really palpable, and I would just like to thank you for giving us the time to really put it out there and promote what we have going on. So we're back with Export the Runway 3, and as you said, it's really a fusion of St. Lucian creativity, the talent, our fashion designers, our artists. Even the production itself is something we look at as exportable talent. So we're really excited for it. June 28th at Royalton St. Lucia. We have so many amazing local designers who are going to be there. And I think the biggest thing for me, Maureen, every time we do those events, it's sometimes you're so surprised by what really is fostered in St. Lucia, what is created in St. Lucia. So sometimes you're going to an event, you want a custom fit, a custom look. First thing you might do, you say, oh, I'm going on Amazon. Yeah. But then we don't look internally. We don't look in St. Lucia. And then there's just so much talent here, and we're looking to put that on display. We have about 14 amazing designers for now. We might still have a few revelations to make, or a few reveals to make, but 14 for now, and we're looking to have a really good and exciting show. Yes.
Right. Well, we've met some of them, and they are excited. Christine Samuel being the, what is she? The main?
She's the feature designer, and she's also going to be celebrating like her 10-year anniversary of being in fashion. So for her, it's a really special occasion. The fact that it was able to marry at perfectly the time that we're bringing Export the Runway back. It's really wonderful, and she's really excited. We spent the day with her yesterday. She's really excited for a grand showing.
I could only imagine. Now, not only are we, showcasing our very own, but, there's something about when you want to create platforms like that, exposing our very own to international personnels as well. So I do believe that you have, is that what you're talking about, up the sleeves, or we can say that?
Yes, we can say that. We're going to have a few guest designers, and in fact, one of the guest designers happens to be St. Lucian. Right, but he's just based in Canada. And he himself has a lot of experience with New York Fashion Week, even in Italy and those sort of things. So he's really bringing a different level of talent. And we want to bring him in to not only show what he can do, but to also show that St. Lucian brands and St. Lucian talent can keep up with what's out there in the international world. So that's NGU Clothing. So that's Marshall Celestin. Yeah, so we're going to have him down for Export the Runway 3, and we're looking to make it a really exciting event.
Well, you guys seem to have crossed all the T's and dotted all of the I's for this time. Of course, there's always room for improvement with anything that you do or you put on, but I think this is a good go for now because there's nothing that says we cannot have a big, regional or Caribbean fashion week that is going to be hosted by St. Lucia as well. It augurs well for the tourism product as well, isn't it?
Yes, it does. And for us, it's really about creating a platform to showcase to the world, to the region, that we have amazing talent here. And just one point I want to mention to you, Maureen. On occasion, we do mention that we always want the corporate support. We want the sponsorship. And I must say this year, we're really thankful and the corporate world also showed that they place a lot of premium on St. Lucian creativity. Our sponsors really showed out this year, so I want to acknowledge our diamond sponsor, the St. Lucia Bureau of Standard. I want to acknowledge our gold sponsors, Lucilec, Bank of St. Lucia, CIP St. Lucia, the Tourism Authority, and Nationwide coming on for the first time. And really, I think Nationwide is even more excited about the event than us, but they're on board as well. We have the silver sponsor in Will Rock, and then we have our collateral sponsors, Flow, St. Lucia Distillers, Royalton St. Lucia, the St. Lucia Marketing Board, and everyone coming in to really make it a really grand event. And I must express thanks on behalf of Export St. Lucia to them.
Wonderful. And that being said, again, it is the 28th Royalton 7:30 tickets. Where can we get it? What's the cost? I think it's a full VIP experience when you purchase a ticket.
Yes, it's an all-inclusive VIP experience, and I'm saying if you want your tickets, you actually have to run and get them now as soon as you see this recording, because we're actually sold out at our Export St. Lucia office, and they're only available right now at the Cell in Castries. So if you want to be a part of this amazing experience, the all-inclusive experience, you need to rush down to the Cell right now so you can get your ticket for only 180 EC dollars.
Wonderful. Karim, we look forward to the 28th. We're outside.
We're outside, and we look forward to seeing you and your nice dress that you might put on. I know you're known for.
You're gonna have to ask me. I'm gonna have to who am I wearing, because I will be wearing some of our local designs on that night as well. Did you know that today marks Public Service Awareness Day globally? And of course, two of the representatives from the Public Service Department, two officers, is sharing with us some of the activities. We're going in depth on two of the activities that is going to be part of the week of celebration. Well, of course, we are celebrating Public Servants Week. The day is Monday, and of course, the week, the St. Lucia Public Servants are going to be celebrating a week of activity. And we heard all about some of the plans that they had. They kicked things off with a service, a church service, which is the right way to start, and a whole host of other activities that they've got in place. I'm here with two members of the committee who are, head or working alongside subcommittees who are taking on different challenges. So, for instance, we have Shirley Ann here, who is going to be in charge or working along with the gospel concert to round things off. And we also have Chris over here. And Chris, of course, is working with the department that is going to be handling the career day. Yeah. I get it right this time, Chris, don't play with me. All right. Chris, tell me about what are the plans, what is the goal of that activity, and what do you expect on that day?
Okay, so the Career Awareness Day, the main idea behind it is to target the youth. Mm-hmm. So there's this connotation of what it means to be a public servant based on, or public officer based on what a lot of people tend to experience, and most people's general experience with public officers tends to be in high volume situations. Mm-hmm. Situations where you find the officers have to deal with lots of people, lots of requests, lots of situations. Right now, that by no means is that an excuse, because by all means you're working, if efficiency is important. But I feel like there is this backhanded comment or thought when people speak on what it means to be a public officer. So we really want to target the youth, people who are in the headspace of deciding what they want to be with themselves, and let them know what it is that we do, because it's not necessarily what you see, but it's most times what happens in the background. And there's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to the public service. And I think that is something important that we just really and truly wanted to target and pinpoint. Yeah.
Right. So, you got a number of schools targeted. Yes. You're working along with the schools. Like who? Is it secondary school children, right?
It's secondary school children. There are 10 schools, 10 secondary schools, three students from each school. And what that will do for us is give us a nice little bit of variety. As you know, stuff tends to travel pretty quickly here with word of mouth. So these three kids will go to their schools and share their experience, and that will hopefully have a nice little snowball effect and maybe start the ball rolling on really and truly changing the perception of the public service, correct?
All right, wonderful. Well, that sounds like we have that unlocked. Now, over to you now, Shirley-Ann. You're going to be rounding things off with the gospel concert on the final day. That's the Friday over at the park. What you're hoping to encapsulate in that as well? How do you plan to bring this all together? Public servants, we out there in the park, we gospeling it down.
Yes, yeah. Well, we gospeling it down upwards. I'm excited about this. I think it's the first time that this event is being put on by the public service. Normally you would have different events, and this year they saw it fit to have a gospel explosion. And I think what better time to have it than now, as part of our public service day activities. And we have a great lineup of local artists. We have persons like Shreffler, AJ, Cleopatra, Tabitha Fontenelle, Prosper, Zidane, the National Combined School Choir, Youth of Flame, the dance group, myself, and my band. And we also have George Senqua, also known as Platinum George. And we're just excited about culminating this Public Service Day 2025 with this gospel explosion, just to let people know that we can praise God in everything. Absolutely, yes.
So the concert will be kicking off from around what time?
It starts from 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and we're asking everybody to come on the Derek Walcott Square on Friday, 27th June at 1 p.m. But we also will be having our fair. Right. So people can come from the morning activities into the gospel explosion as we end the day's activity with the Lord.
Absolutely. It sounds like we're in for something truly amazing. So we support the vibe, we support the mission. All right, and happy Public Servant Day or week to you guys. A Public Service Day, service or servant, service. Service, Public Service Day, right? Gotta get it right now. All right.
Public servant, but it's now public officers.
Right.
Officers.
Oh, so it's no longer so public service, right? So the public officers. Get it right. We gotta get all of the things right, yeah. But on a normal note, let's go out and let's give them some love and support.
Morning's workout, we will be doing a Bacchanal warm-up routine to Mango by Sidale and Rashad.
Dudu, Maseria. Dudu, be mine forever.
4,
Dudu, Maseria.
3, 2, we're going up and down to the side. 1, let's go.
Shorty sweet like a mango,
Center. Next side. And
like a mango.
center. Switch.
So ripe like a mango.
Last
one.
one.
So sweet like a mango.
We're gonna bring the leg up and wind. Up.
Vini, come
Next side.
Wine and go down.
Squeeze those obliques.
You the baddest where you come from. You the baddest
Four
where you
more,
come from. Sit
four more.
on the banana, put it in mouth like a smoothie.
2 more.
You look like Ali, baby. You should start
We're going
in a
back.
movie. Yeah.
Right leg.
Baby, ball on.
Hey.
Girl, I give you good love every
4,
day.
3, 2, roll it. Hey.
You my
4,
one and only love.
3, 2, to the side.
Sweet like a mango,
Hey.
like a mango. Shorty
Next
look
side.
like a mango.
Hey.
Shorty so ripe like a mango.
Hey.
Shorty so sweet like a mango.
Left leg coming up. Let's go.
You're like my Cinderella. Rihanna, my umbrella. Protect you from the weather. Baby, I wanna put sauce on you. Give my mango and sauce to it.
Last one.
So you me now.
We're going round.
Say I could kiss you up the whole night. I'll bite you cause it's alright, baby.
4, 3, 2, body roll. And
my mouth from both sides. Love the taste, I can't lie, baby.
up.
Y'all you the sweetest mango from the tree. I
Center.
thought I'd pick you, but it's you who pick me.
Next
I said from the
side.
start you have wicked body. I call her Dodo, but her name is Julie. Her name is Julie. Her name is Julie. Girl, you sweet like Julie.
We're gonna do 4 more of that. Let's
Oh,
go.
shorty sweet like a mango, like a mango.
Hey.
Shorty look good like a mango, like a mango. Shorty
2
so
more.
ripe like a mango, like a mango.
Last
Shorty so
one.
sweet like a mango, like a mango.
Right leg coming up. Let's
Oh,
go.
shorty sweet like a mango, like a mango.
Hey.
Shorty look good like a mango, like a mango. Shorty so ripe like a mango, like a mango.
Hey.
Shorty so sweet like a mango. Like
Last
a mango.
one. We're going round. 4, 3, 2, roll it, roll it. Hey. 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 Next side. 4, 3, 2, roll it out and 4, 3, 2.
Well, wonderful. From myself, the rest of the team, the morning show team, and the rest of the DBS family, we take the opportunity to say Happy Public Servants Day to all of our public officers, and have an awesome day and enjoy the week of activities. Whichever one we can catch, we will. Maybe the gospel on Friday, we probably will pop into that as well. But the rest of you, St. Lucia, you going out, be mindful, have an awesome Monday, and we'll be back again on Tuesday. That's just tomorrow for another DBS This Morning. Have an awesome day.